I'm Taj the Great, and you are watching Thisis50.com.
You were saying that you just moved to Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I just moved to Brooklyn.
How do you feel about BK? Why Brooklyn?
I love New York, and
that's kind of a
Brooklyn.
stupid question. Kind of a stupid question.
Like,
yeah.
Brooklyn is home. It always has been. So even when, we've been in LA for 12 years, my mom and me and my brothers, and it just was like, it always called me. I always felt like I needed to come back to New York. So when I came back to New York, I'm like, I'm going to Brooklyn.
What part of Brooklyn?
I'm in Crown Heights.
See, I don't know about Brooklyn, so I just asked that just to sound like I did, but I really don't. And you are now singing, correct?
I am.
And you go by Taj the Great.
Taj the Great, yes.
Tell me, where did that name come from, Taj the Great?
I'm glad you asked. Because most people know me as China, And so when I tell them, like, oh, I'm Taj the Great, they're like, what? You're China, So I do have to break it down. But basically, my middle name is Taja Rae. And when trying to find myself as an artist, that was like the first name I could think of, Taja Rae, because I thought it stood out. Beyonce, Madonna, you know what I'm saying? A name
Taja Rae.
Right, Taja Rae, exactly. Rihanna. So, but one day somebody started calling me Taja Rae the Great. And I was like, I don't know where that came from, but it sounded kind of dope to me. And I shortened it to Taj the Great, just because it flows a little better. Taja Rae the Great is super long. We got like Chance the Rapper, Tyler the Creator, Taj the Great. I thought it sounded dope, and it started to resonate with me because when I think of the great, it really kind of embodies what I want to represent myself as a young woman. I feel like I want to be a leader for young women my age, especially young Black women, especially young plus-size women. So,
I'll get it.
So I was like, you know what? I'm sticking with this. This is my name.
Taj the Great does remind me of like when I think of it, when I heard it actually, I was like, oh, it sounds like an African goddess. You know what I mean? Like, he kind of gives you like that kind of vibe.
No.
Kind of gives you like a vibe, you know what I mean?
No, for real, because when thinking about like my image and what I want to start portraying myself as, that's actually one of the main references that I go to, was just looking at African goddesses and deities. So that's so funny that you even picked up on that.
Well, that's the first thing I immediately thought of, was like, oh, it sounds like a Black goddess. So you grew up in the industry, basically.
Pretty much.
Talk to me about that. What is your first, like when you look back into your memories, what is your first memory of like hip hop to you?
Being around Busta, Missy, Timbaland. I kid you not, I remember it was a day just like today, rainy as hell, and I was catching a cab with Missy and Aaliyah because I peed on myself. I peed on myself, and
How
they
old
had
were you?
I was like 3 years old.
And you remember that?
I remember.
Wow.
They had to take me to get a change of clothes. I remember being around them, and
that was a great memory. Yeah, I remember when I was like 3, I peed on myself. Missy and Aaliyah had to get a cab, and we had that's
right.
a dope memory. Like
it is. Not everybody can say that. Shoot, but them, and believe it or not, a lot of people expect me to say Big.
Oh, I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest.
You know what's funny? I don't remember anything about Biggie.
Oh, wow.
I really don't. Like, I was so young.
That would have been one of my questions, but since you beat me to it,
Because, I just, I was trying to think, what are my memories of hip-hop? And I really could be like, well, Biggie, but I don't remember him. It's crazy.
Like, not at all?
No.
Sometimes things like that, but sometimes things like that happen for a reason, you know what I mean? Not to say that he was a bad person, but maybe because you had different feelings, like, maybe you might have been sad kind of thing,
I don't know. Like, honestly, my only memories of Big are like, I remember his funeral.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I remember one time he was doing a radio interview, and I just remember like sitting on the other side of the glass watching him do his interview with Hot 97. That's all I remember.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did he inspire you to sing? Besides, I know your mother's a singer, but just to be in the industry at a young age, or?
I would say the older I got, he definitely inspired me to rap, because I rap too. So definitely, because, we played his music down. Like, after he passed away,
but even now when you're talking about him, you seem like your energy kind of changed. Like, you seem kind of sad talking about him.
Oh, no,
It's
really?
just no?
I mean, of course, the minute his name comes up, I just start thinking
well,
about
you
him.
brought him up, so don't say that. I didn't do it.
I know. But no, the minute his name comes up, though, it's just, you start thinking about everything. I start thinking about the movie, and I start thinking about this album and just everything. Like, a bunch of stuff comes to mind. So it's a melancholy feeling, I guess. But I'm good about it. It's been 20 years.
You mentioned the movie. Did you not like the movie?
I love the movie.
Okay.
I did. I mean, like I said, I wasn't there for a lot of it, or I don't remember a lot of it. So you have a lot of people who say, oh, the movie didn't really do it justice. And, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, oh, it was good to me. It was good to me, but I don't know. Maybe they did leave some stuff out or sugarcoat this.
Of course, I'm sure they left stuff out, and I'm sure
like, yo,
they
it's Hollywood. They can't put everything into a movie, so. But I love the movie, though.
That's good. So, basically, you don't remember much from Biggie, which is fine, but you had your first childhood memory peeing with Missy Elliott. That's really dope. Any other memories that come to mind?
Yeah, you know what's so funny? I remember after Big's funeral, I wanted to go to the corner store. And I remember Busta and I want to say it was like Keisha or Pam from Total. They walked me to the store.
Oh, I thought you were about to start naming the girls from DMX's song. What you really want from? I'm like, yo. Was it Keisha, Pam? I'm like, what?
No, but I remember they walked me to the corner store to give me some snacks or something. Like, I have some random memories.
Well, I want to hear them. This is fun for me.
I know, right?
Talk to me, yes.
I remember that, and of course being around Puff. Now him I remember a lot because of course we're still around him and his family, but after Big passed away.
He's an interesting character. He has a lot.
Yeah, he's very interesting. But hey, it's like at this point he's like family, so I kind of separate Diddy, the mogul, from Uncle Puff. Like, you know, but so many memories of him and his family, like just when my mom was working on, I want to say her Faithfully album, like her last album. Yo, me too. It's so good. But the energy was right because we were in Miami recording.
That's the way. Wait, just to make sure I'm getting the correct. Was it her last album? No, right?
No,
this is back in the day. So this is the one with the black and white cover kind of ish, but with tan colors, like it's her face.
Nah, you're thinking about Keep the Faith, which was her second album.
Okay, that's the album.
That was a good album.
I think that's my favorite one.
Faithfully had You Gets No Love on it.
Okay, I love that album too. So that is the song. That's the album. She goes, you must know the truth, boy. I'm nothing without you.
Yes.
That is my favorite album right there.
No. That's the second album.
All right. Man, she's confusing me.
I'm confused.
Keep the faith faithfully. Listen, we're faith all the way, okay?
Look,
100%.
She would have named all her albums after herself. Keep the faith, faithfully, faithful Christmas.
That's why it's easy for me to not remember.
Exactly.
And plus, it was back then. I have all her a lot of her stuff on what is it called, vinyl, which I don't even listen to. So,
but that's still dope.
No, I don't listen to the vinyl stuff. So I need to put that stuff out though. Like a lot of the old stuff that we take for granted and stuff now. Like I haven't listened to it a lot. So I'm gonna definitely have to take a dip in that.
Yeah, that album though, Faithfully. So it's her third album. That was crazy. And all right, back to what I was saying. So I remember in Miami we went with Puff and his kids were down there and swimming at the hotel, eating mad ice cream and stuff, and just having a ball. Like people look at industry kids like they're not, you know, like everybody thinks they're so high and mighty, but I'm like, yo, we kids, we were kids, we were just having fun, like, you know what I mean? Even now as young adults, we are in our own little world, I guess you could say, but at the same time, we go through the same stuff everybody else goes through.
Yeah, but I will say this. I've met a lot of industry kids, and there's I would say like 50% of them are not like you.
I get that a lot. I mean, you know, it depends on how you were raised, too.
It depends who you're around a lot, too.
Because my mom definitely made sure to keep us humble. She always made sure, you know, we go spend summers in Newark, New Jersey. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Exactly. So yeah, I go to this little private school where like Kate Hudson went and Jack Black, and then she's like, okay, we're gonna go spend the summer in Newark. Okay. On Grumman Avenue. You know, walking to the park and probably in jumping rope and stuff. So yeah, she kept us
So you had a
humble.
balanced childhood. That's good.
Yeah.
They also call you the #1 child of the industry, child of the industry, the number one child of the industry. Have you read that about yourself?
No, but that's
because you were the oldest of that generation, I guess. Of
God,
children.
I guess I was.
Yeah, that's what they called you in a couple of things that I read about you.
That's dope.
And I also saw that you had a couple run-ins with Instagram, but we don't have to talk about that right now if you don't want to.
You know,
was that your opinion, or do you want to talk about it or not? Because we don't have to.
I don't mind. I've always wanted to address
just for you guys to know, she posted on Instagram, Dr. Dre is gay. She's like, I don't care what y'all say, he's gay.
I didn't say I didn't care. No, don't twist my words.
You put in a comment, unless there's somebody else lying and said that you said that. It said on the bottom, it was like, I don't care what y'all say. That's what you said to
I don't
somebody.
remember that, but
it's a screenshot, girl. I didn't make it up.
I believe you. It was like, what, 5 years ago. All I can say truthfully, because that wasn't.
What made you say that though?
I'm about to tell you the story. I swear to God, no lie. I had just got home from my first year of college, and my mom was out of town, and my brothers went home, and I was so bored. I kid you not. I remember I was sitting just by the pool looking through magazines, and I came across this picture of him. And you know how you like shoot on your homies, like, you look, whatever, like you look like this.
Okay.
I swear to you, I was just being comical and being a class clown. Like, I did not mean to take it like seriously or nothing like that.
That's not how you meant for people to take it.
You know what I mean? But I swear to you, I was just joking around. But of course, 5 years ago, I was 19. Like, I was just being stupid. But the funny thing is, I had like 500 followers. I didn't think anybody was gonna like. I'm thinking I'm just talking to my friends, like, look at this nigga, like, you know what I mean? I didn't think it was gonna go that far.
Oh. Did your mom say anything to you, like, yo?
She was just like, don't do that. You know, like, don't. Just, you know, she definitely gave me the talk. Like, you don't talk about people regardless of who they are. You don't talk about anybody publicly. Like, you do know who you are.
It doesn't really seem like that post doesn't like really translate to the person that's sitting in front of me. You get what I'm saying?
But I promise.
But you were only 19 years old. Like, we all do stupid shit when we're 19.
Girl, I did a lot of stupid stuff at 19. But first and foremost, definitely over 5 years, you grow a lot as a person. Yeah. So from the bottom of my heart, I've always like wanted to have the opportunity to like see him face to face and be like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean, no disrespect. I literally was just being stupid.
I know you just co-wrote a couple of songs on your mom's album with her, right?
I did.
That's dope. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Talk to me about the process.
Right.
What made her, like, because obviously, wait, first of all, you're a singer and now you're a writer. Were you writing before you were singing, or?
I think by nature it all kind of fell in at the same time. You know what I mean? Singing, since I could talk. Writing, I guess I picked up on around 3 or 4 just because being around the studio and, seeing everybody vibe out. Writing, like, real songs too. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, even if it was about Barney, I was writing a full song at 4 years old. So, and then I started to play piano when I'm like 7, and then I started to make beats when I was like 10. So everything just kind of happened naturally. My father's a writer and a producer as well. So
at one point was your mom like, okay, you're ready to come to the studio with me? Like, you got this. I know you have the tools and the actual.
I honestly, I've always been going to the studio with her, but I think when I was like 11 is the first time she was like, can you help me write this? I'm 11 years old.
Yeah, she was talking about 3, like she had a whole timeline table down to I can't even remember what I did yesterday, let alone when I was 3 years old. Shout out to you for that.
With music, I remember everything, in terms of my personal journey with music, I remember it all. But yeah, when I was 11, she was working on her Christmas album, and she decided she wanted to do 2 original songs. And so she came in there like, oh, can you think of something for this hook? And I came up with the words. She's like, yeah, that's it. So I got my first songwriting credit at 11 years old.
Wow, that's dope.
I co-wrote 2 songs on her Christmas album. And
what
then
songs?
what are they called now? Christmas Wish and Happy Holiday, they're called.
I remember Christmas Wish.
It's funny, they play it everywhere. I'll be in the airport, I'll be in the grocery store, and I'll be like, oh my God, that's our song!
That's so funny.
But yeah, so with The King and I,
which is the song on the new album.
The new album is called The King and I.
Okay.
It's a collaborative album with her. She took Big's acapellas, all his rhymes, and kind of turned them into new songs.
That's dope.
It's a dope concept. I mean, it's kind of what they did with what was it? They did the Biggie duets. Remember when they had I want a little nasty girl?
Oh yeah,
I want a little nasty girl. Yeah. So it's the same idea, but it's just her and him, which personally I think it makes for a really cool concept because that was his wife, and a lot of the songs kind of have turned out to be just her playing the role of Bonnie. Bonnie and Clyde. It's like,
so The King and I is referencing Biggie and her. Okay.
It's similar to what J and B did with On the Run, but of course, all she had to work with was his acapellas from 20 years ago. So he's just talking about selling drugs and stuff. And I'm like, okay, go ahead, play your role. If that's what you want to be. But nah, the songs are coming out really dope. I think they're in the mixing process now. And I co-wrote one song, and then I'm featured on one song.
Nice. Yeah. We're definitely looking forward to hearing that. There's a lot of talk now of a lot of the younger generation. They don't really recognize old school hip hop. Exactly. Have you heard like any of the stuff referencing to Biggie or Tupac, any of them, any of them? How do you feel about what they're saying?
I mean, I forget which artist said it, but it doesn't even matter. The point of the matter is...
Yeah, I don't remember who said it either.
The point of the matter is, I mean, you're going to be inspired by who you're inspired by. Because a lot of people expect me to say, when I get asked, who is your biggest inspiration? They expect me to say my mom. Oh, Faith, my mom. But I don't. I usually will name people like Brandy and Beyonce, Michael Jackson. And so they're like, you're not inspired by your mom? I'm like, yeah, I mean, naturally, because that's my mom. But it's not like I can say, oh my God, I look up to her so much. Like, that's the one person I idolize, Yeah. So I feel like maybe for these young cats, they listen to other people. To go as far as to call them like overrated, I think they need to chill. But I can understand maybe why they just didn't influence them as much.
So who are your inspiration as far as music? I know you mentioned Beyonce and you mentioned Brandy, but like if you had to name three, who would your top three be?
Neptunes. The Neptunes, Brandy.
Is it because of her voice? Do you guys have similar voices?
Her voice, yeah. I get a lot of Brandy comparisons in terms of my vocals. I love her as a singer. I love the Neptunes as producers. And in terms of rhyming, I'm a Slum Village fan. Like,
oh, wow.
Crazy. Like, I love Slum Village. And like I said, I rap as well, so.
I want to hear you. Can we hear you, like, rap or sing? You could either rap or sing, whichever you prefer. You should do a little bit of both, though, since you're saying you could do it. You know what I'm saying? I need receipts, too. Just kidding.
All right. As I awaken from my slumber, I've come to discover I got gifts like no other. A predetermined destination, urban prima donna, turban tied up as I rise and shine up like a supernova. Woken from a musical coma as I came to put it on you like your favorite aroma. Make it thunder like it's Oklahoma. I power forward, Serge Ibaka. I shake it up like two maracas. Got the ambition of a young Tupac. So what you saying? You a young Chewbacca? It ain't your fault like you was Silk the Shocker. Cause you don't be knowing about the journey I'm going knowing rhymes fresher than chrome. On Jerome, you roam when the wind is blown. I'm schooling niggas like a Cicerone. No half stepping, I ain't a semitone, nigga, I'm on.
But better talk that shit. Flex.
Flex, get ready for Flex. Flex is coming out in like 3 days. I'm excited. The whole world is gonna love it.
Nice.
I was very, very inspired by what Drake and Rihanna did with the whole dance hall thing, And of course, dance hall's been around forever, especially in New York. Like, that used to be my favorite part about coming to New York is on Hot 97 and, you know what I mean, Power 105, hearing the little reggae sets and the dance hall sets they would do, because we don't get that in LA.
Y'all don't get a lot of stuff in LA.
Yeah, we don't get that in LA. That used to be my favorite thing about Hot 97, but now that it's coming back around, I'm like excited. Like, yo, I've been on this, but I'm glad the new generation is seeing what's up with it. So I'm like, let me put my 2 cents in on this dance hall thing. Let me chime in. So that's what Flex is. It's definitely got that island flavor.
I definitely want to hear it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. I hope you like it.
Where can we find you on social media? Twitter, IG, Facebook, if you have Facebook. I don't know. I still have Facebook, just saying.
I'm on Facebook at Taj the Great. I have an artist page. So, you know, I'm not personally on there like, what up? Hey, what's up? But I got an artist page on Facebook at Taj the Great, Instagram at I am Taj the Great. I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah, we spoke about that.
Yo, I'm like hesitant to get back on Twitter.
No, but you should be on Twitter though. I mean, if you have the right people around you, they'll guide you. Like, just don't say anything like crazy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, I am Taja Great on Instagram, Taja Great Facebook, the YouTube, the website, the Twitter is coming at I am Taja Great.
Nice. Thanks so much for being with us.
Absolutely.